The text came through at 7:43 p.m. Stuck at work. Happy Valentine's Day. Love you. I stared at my phone. Then I looked up. My wife was sitting 2 tables away from me, laughing with a man I'd never seen before. They were sharing dessert. Her hand was on his arm. I'm Marlene, by the way, 47 years old, married 16 years, 2 kids. I thought I knew my life. I didn't plan to be at Romano's that night. My friend canceled our dinner last minute, but I was already dressed and starving, so I went alone. Grabbed a corner booth, ordered the salmon, and then I saw her walk in. With him. My first instinct was to stand up, confront her right there, make a scene. But before I could move, someone slid into the seat across from me. A woman, mid-50s, calm expression. She leaned forward and spoke quietly. Don't. I blinked. Excuse me? Keep calm, she said. The real show is just beginning.
Curious. I had no idea who she was, but something in her eyes told me she knew exactly what was happening, and that I didn't. Who are you? I whispered. She smiled, not warm, just knowing. Someone who's been exactly where you are. She glanced toward my wife's table. That's your husband over there, isn't it? Wife, I corrected. She nodded slowly. Even better. Listen to me carefully, Marlene. If you stand up right now, you get 1 moment of satisfaction. Maybe some tears, maybe an apology, then lawyers, division of assets, and she walks away with half of everything you built. How do you know my name? She tapped her phone. I know a lot of things, and if you give me 10 minutes, you'll know them too. I should have walked away, but I didn't. She opened a folder on her phone, showed me a photo. My wife and the same man entering a hotel 3 weeks ago, then another. Same hotel, different day. I'm a private investigator, she said. I was hired to follow him. She nodded toward the man. Turns out, your wife is his favorite side project. My stomach turned. Why are you telling me this? Because my client wants him ruined, publicly, legally, and your wife's involvement is the key. She slid a business card across the table. You want revenge or you want justice? I looked at the card, then back at my wife, laughing like nothing was wrong. Both, I said. The investigator's name was Diana. She ordered a coffee like we were just 2 women catching up. Meanwhile, my wife was feeding him a bite of tiramisu across the room. His name is Colin Drake, Diana said. Married, 2 kids. He's a regional VP at Hendricks Financial, makes good money, loves expensive things, and apparently, expensive lies. How long has this been going on? 4 months that I know of. Could be longer. 4 months, I thought back. 4 months ago, my wife started working late more often, started going to the gym, bought new clothes. I thought she was just taking care of herself. I was happy for her. Diana swiped through more photos, hotels, restaurants. One showed them walking into a cabin upstate. That was last month, she said. She told you she was at a conference, didn't she? I nodded. My throat was tight. Boston, medical supply conference. She was in the Catskills with him. I wanted to scream, flip the table, walk over there and dump that tiramisu on both of them. But I didn't. Diana leaned closer. My client is Colin's wife. She's been gathering evidence for weeks. She wants to destroy him in the divorce, take the kids, take the house, ruin his reputation at work. What does that have to do with me? Everything, she said. Because if we work together, we don't just take him down. We take them both down. Something in me shifted, cold, focused. Tell me what to do. Diana laid it out simply. Colin's wife, Rebecca, was filing for divorce, but she needed proof of adultery documented in a way that couldn't be dismissed. Photos weren't enough. She needed witnesses, patterns, a trail that proved premeditation and deceit. Rebecca's lawyer is smart, Diana said. He can use this affair to argue for full custody. Colin's been hiding money, lying about business trips. If we prove he's reckless and dishonest, she gets everything. And my wife? That's where you come in. Diana pulled up a document on her phone. Bank statements, joint account activity. My wife had been withdrawing cash. Small amounts, 200 here, 300 there, never enough to flag attention. But it added up. She's been funding their little getaways, Diana said. Hotel rooms, dinners, gifts. You've been paying for her affair without knowing it. That hit harder than seeing her across the room. I'd been working overtime at the hospital, extra shifts, saving for our anniversary trip to Italy. And she'd been spending our money on him. Here's the plan, Diana said. You don't confront her. Not yet. You go home tonight like nothing happened. You play the loving spouse, and starting tomorrow, you document everything. Why wait? Because Rebecca's filing next week. When she does, Colin's going to panic. He'll try to cut ties with your wife. She'll be blindsided, and that's when you move. I looked over at them again. They were holding hands now. I pulled out my phone and took a photo. Let's bury them, I said. I went home that night and acted normal. My wife came in around 10. She kissed my cheek, said the hospital was crazy, said she grabbed takeout at her desk. I smelled his cologne on her jacket. Happy Valentine's Day, babe, she said. Sorry I couldn't get away. It's okay, I told her. We'll celebrate this weekend. She smiled, relieved. I went to bed and stared at the ceiling for hours. The next morning, I started documenting everything. Diana had given me instructions. Check bank statements daily. Screenshot every text. Track her location when possible. Don't change my behavior. Don't ask questions. Just watch. My wife worked as a pharmaceutical sales rep. Flexible schedule. Lots of travel. I never questioned it before. Now I saw it clearly. Every client meeting lined up with Colin's calendar. Diana had access to his work schedule through Rebecca. We cross-referenced everything. February 18th. My wife said she had a dinner meeting in Hartford. Colin's calendar said the same. They were at the same steakhouse. I didn't confront her. I saved the receipt she left in her purse. This went on for 2 weeks. I smiled, cooked dinner, asked about her day. We even had sex twice. She initiated both times. I felt nothing. Diana checked in daily. She said Rebecca was ready. The divorce papers were drafted. She was just waiting for the right moment. Colin's planning something, Diana told me on March 2nd. A weekend trip, some investor retreat upstate. Let me guess, I said. My wife's going too. She requested Friday off, told her boss it was personal. I looked at our family calendar on the fridge. She'd written, spa day with Jenna. Perfect, I said. Rebecca filed for divorce on March 4th. Diana called me that afternoon. It's done. Process server caught him at work, in front of his entire team. I could hear the satisfaction in her voice. How did he react? Tried to play it cool, but he left early. Rebecca's lawyer made sure the papers included a detailed list of his trips, hotels, dates, everything. Did it mention my wife? Not by name, not yet, but Colin knows what's coming. That evening, my wife came home distracted, checked her phone constantly, barely touched her dinner. Everything okay? I asked. Yeah, just work stuff. She excused herself and went upstairs. I heard her on the phone, couldn't make out the words, but her tone was urgent. The next day, she canceled the spa trip. Something came up, she said. Rain check. I nodded. Of course. Colin had cut her off, just like Diana predicted. My wife spent the weekend anxious, pacing, checking her phone. He wasn't responding to her messages. I knew because I'd installed tracking software on our shared tablet. She'd been using it to text him through an app. Every message went unread. She was spiraling. On Monday, Diana sent me a new file. Colin's deposition was scheduled for March 15th. His lawyer would ask about the affair. Rebecca's lawyer had phone records, hotel receipts, witness statements, and they had my wife's name. When do I move? I asked. Soon, but first we need one more thing. What? Her confession, on record. Diana walked me through it. I'd wear a small recording device, confront my wife calmly. Let her explain, let her lie. Then hit her with the evidence. Make her think you're willing to forgive, Diana said. She'll admit everything. I picked up the recorder that afternoon. I confronted her on March 10th, came home early, found her on the couch, staring at her phone. We need to talk, I said. She looked up, nervous. About what? I sat down across from her, calm. The recorder was clipped inside my jacket pocket. I know you've been distant, distracted. I'm worried about us. Her face softened. She thought I was clueless. I'm sorry, she said. Work's been stressful. I didn't mean to shut you out. Is there someone else? She froze. What? No. Marlene, why would you ask that? Because you've been lying to me for months. Silence. I'm not. You were at Romano's on Valentine's Day, with a man. Her face went white. I can explain. Then explain. She stumbled through it. Said Colin was a client. Said it was just business. Said she didn't tell me because she knew I'd misunderstand. So you lied in your text? You weren't stuck at work? I didn't want you to worry. About a business dinner? She faltered. I leaned forward. I know about the hotels, the trips, the money you've been pulling from our account. Her hand started shaking. If you tell me the truth right now, I said quietly, we can work through this. But I need honesty. She broke. Told me everything. The affair started in November. She fell for him. Said it was a mistake. Said she wanted to end it but didn't know how. Said he'd promised to leave his wife. And now he won't return your calls, I said. She looked at me stunned. How did you? Because his wife served him divorce papers last week, and you're named in the filing. She went pale. What? I stood up, pulled out my phone, showed her the court documents Diana had sent. You're going to be deposed, under oath. She started crying. I walked to the door. My lawyer will contact you tomorrow. I moved out that night, stayed with my sister, filed for divorce 3 days later. My lawyer used the recording, the bank statements, everything Diana and I had gathered. My wife tried to fight it at first, said she deserved half, said it was a mistake, but when her lawyer saw the evidence, he told her to settle. She got nothing. I kept the house, the savings, full custody of our kids. She'd used marital funds for the affair. That killed her case. Colin's divorce was worse. Rebecca took him apart. The affair made him look reckless and dishonest. His company launched an internal review. Turned out he'd been mixing personal expenses with business accounts. He lost his job, his house, his kids. My wife tried to lean on him after. He blocked her number. She moved to an apartment across town, works retail now. The kids see her every other weekend. They barely speak to her. I see Diana sometimes. We get coffee. She never charges me a cent. Says watching it all unfold was payment enough. People ask me how I stayed so calm, how I didn't explode that night at the restaurant. Simple. Anger fades. Evidence doesn't. I didn't want a scene. I wanted everything she thought we built together. And I got it. My wife sent me a message last month, said she was sorry, said she missed me, asked if we could talk. I deleted it. Some things don't deserve a response. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not hurt. I'm just done. And that feels better than any revenge ever could.